This is the second installation of a video series where I tell the stories I've been brewing up that may or may not go anywhere, who knows. The story I'll be talking about in this video is very different from what I normally write, because it is set in our world with regular humans living in our time. The actual plot of this one is really messy and all over the place right now, so please bear with me as I try to explain this tangled jumble of ideas. Also, just as a heads up, this one is kind of cringy as I wrote it a while ago and haven't really fixed it. Now with introductions out of the way, I will tell the story that I have given the placeholder name of Lost Archetype. Lost Archetype is about a girl named Abigail, a high schooler who has a small social media following centered around her fashion and homemade clothing. Her aesthetic is pretty alternative, and she goes by Gail_0. That would be Gail with a 3. As an E, and only shows her face in heavy makeup, if ever, making her almost entirely anonymous. In real life, however, Abigail dresses and acts very typical of any high schooler. She's on the soccer team, has a normal group of friends, and has pretty average grades. Abigail is an entirely normal and unassuming girl. But everything in Abigail's life changed the day of the accident. Walking home from practice, Abigail is hit by a car speeding through an intersection, leaving her in a coma for 3 days. When she wakes up, she doesn't recognize her family's faces. She doesn't know where she is, and the name Abigail means nothing to her. Abigail is diagnosed with retrograde amnesia, but she feels she hasn't forgotten anything. She knows who she is. She's Gail, the alt fashion creator with a small Instagram following and plenty of online friends and fans. Along with the memories, Abigail's entire personality switches from being seen as quiet and intelligent to being sarcastic, apathetic, and extremely passionate about her often nerdy pursuits. The old Abigail everyone had gotten accustomed to was gone. All that's left now is the over-exaggerated persona that is Gail. Throughout the story, Abigail will be discovering her past as she deals with the present, as she learns more about who she is and was. For the general concept of this story, I think that's about all you would need to know. But ending it there would be a boring video, so I guess I'll go into some of the main characters. Atticus is Abigail's old childhood friend who had moved away at the beginning of high school. Atticus and Abigail were best friends, and the closest friends either of them had ever had. It was him who saw Abigail's potential and suggested she start her own Instagram brand. They still keep in touch online, and because of that, Abigail still remembers him post-accident. I plan for him to move back to her school later in the story and see just how much the two of them have changed in the years they were apart. Atticus is a very extroverted and down-to-earth guy. He is supportive of everyone and well-liked by most people. However, he doesn't form close relationships very often, leaving him detached from even his close friends. June and Maxine were Abigail's best school friends before the accident. They thought they knew everything about Abigail, even though they never understood or really knew about her love of fashion. They both have a similar role in the story, but I'd like to develop them further and have them follow their own character arcs later on. June is a popular and energetic girl with a lot of love for life. She is playful with others, but is sometimes seen as stuck-up or rude by her peers, while Maxine is super helpful and has a lot of empathy for people in need. She often overbooks her schedule and has no time for herself. I plan for both of these characters to help Abigail uncover her memories of the past. River is the last main character that really impacts the story. He is a quiet boy that, at the beginning of the story, reaches out to Abigail to help her get through her classes. Eventually, their friendship grows because of their common interests. River is someone who hates getting out of his comfort zone and will do almost anything to avoid new challenges. He is also a really good listener, and his friends often come to him for advice. So yeah, this story, like most of my stories, is one that I think I could tell a lot better through a comic or animation or something. And originally it was written as a webcomic drama, and so there are some really juicy story beats that I wish I could talk about, but alas, spoilers. So I hope you enjoyed listening to the story, and if you did, I suggest you watch the previous video in the series, especially if you're a fan of a fantastic setting. And thanks for watching to the end of the video, and I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye!